So we're gonna set ourselves up on our side. From here, this bottom arm is out long. It's our pillow. This body is nice and long along the mat. Our goal is, if I were to have stacked bricks, little kids' blocks up in front and back, you don't want to knock those towers over. So we want these hips to remain quiet and steady as we do our work. So if that means you have to take this bottom leg and bend it a little bit, and take this top arm and just kind of tent your fingers and have it here, and that gives you more stability, that's where you are. But if you don't need that, you can take away those kickstands and come here. So body is nice and long, and then take that top leg and make it even longer. Before we get to moving, I want you to put your hand right here on that bony top part of your hip. What we don't want to have happen is this crunch in. It's not bad, it's just a different exercise. We're not doing a side crunch here, we're doing leg work. So keep that hip nice and long, and then from there, think about if I came around and I just tied a helium balloon to your ankle, what's gonna happen? It's gently gonna float up a couple inches, that hip is steady, and come down. We're gonna resist that coming down. Put my hand back for stability. We're gonna lift, and we're gonna lower. Lift, and lower. These first couple, you're like, easy peasy. And I'm like, just wait. Don't get cocky yet. It'll burn, I promise, in the good way. So this core is engaged to keep us stable. We're lifting and lowering. We're looking for about 8 here. Nice and slow. And on our 8th one, we're gonna hold it up, and we're gonna point that toe, and we're gonna make this leg as long as we can possibly make it, like we're trying to reach across the room, and we're doing tiny little circles straight from the hip joint. So all the movement is right here in the hip. As you can see, when I take my hand away, I start to shake, so I need that extra anchor here. Slow circles in one direction for about 8. Stop, make that leg long, and take those circles in the opposite direction for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But don't drop that leg yet, because we're not done. So reach that leg long, very, very long, and I want you to think we're going to point the toe and we're going to pulse the leg forward, flex the foot, kick, kick back. I'm going to bend my bottom leg because I'm moving all over. Pulse, pulse front, kick, kick back. Pulse, pulse front, kick, kick back. Pulse, pulse, kick, kick. Pulse, pulse, kick, kick. Halfway there, pulse, pulse, kick, kick. Pulse, pulse, kick, kick. Last one, kick, kick. And we can bring that down. And if you need to, take a little massage on that leg. Right here, those muscles are probably burning a little bit, but that's going to help you stay upright, right? So these are our lateral muscles, the lateral system that keeps us walking and tall and not falling. So it's good work. We're going to have to do that on the other side now. So we're going to come around, set ourselves up for success again. It's worth taking the time to find your good postures, your good form, before you start moving. Just going through the motions are fine. It might be a good mental break for you, but you're not going to get the same engagement if you just fake it. So do yourself a favor and do it right. Nice long body, shoulders are relaxed, core is engaged, top leg is longer than the bottom leg. We've got our support here, knee if we need it. And remember, so what we're thinking of is as that toe points long to the opposite end, we've got that helium balloon, and the balloon lifts our leg and lowers our leg. And we lift and resist. Lift and lower. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On 8, we hold it up and we reach that leg as long as we can reach it, keeping that form, keeping it all engaged. We're doing tiny little circles right from the hip, feeling all those muscles around the hip joint. Take that leg in a circle. We're about halfway there. We're looking for about 8 circles here. When we feel like we've gotten there, we reach that leg long and we take those circles in the opposite direction. Core is engaged to keep us stable. We're not knocking over our little brick towers that are right around our hips. And 7, 8. Okay, we're not letting it drop. Remember, oh my goodness, it's already starting to burn so much faster. We're gonna kick forward, flex the foot, pulse back. Kick forward, pulse back. We did about 6 on the other side. Back. That was 3. Kick forward, pulse back. Kick forward, pulse back. Last one. Kick. Pulse, bring that down and pat it out, rub it out, whatever you need to do to get some relief on that side of the body. All right, so we have gone through and worked on our core, we have worked on our backside, we did upper body, we did lower body, we tried to get the whole body moving in different ranges of motion. So we're gonna do one last thing, which is our whole body challenge, and it's going to be a side plank because we didn't do a lot in that plane of motion. So what we can do to start with, let's build up to it like we like to do. So let's start in an elbow plank. The elbow is going to be just in a little bit. There's a little bit of a line because when we come up, we want that natural line where the shoulder is over the elbow. If we start with the shoulder over the elbow now, we're going to end up like this, where we're not in a good posture. So it's tucked in just ever so slightly. Hips are on the mat, knees are bent. Let's just first start with pushing those hips up. So we push into that elbow, body comes away from the mat, we come back down. So we're pushing up with this side body and the shoulders holding us up. If you have shoulder issues, skip this. You don't even want to mess with it. Don't do it right now because we don't want to put any undue stress on problems within that shoulder already. We can find other things for you later. Up, and here we are. So if that's too easy, you come up and you're here. Legs are out long. You can have them staggered. We can have them on top of each other. We're going to push up and down. This arm can come along for the ride. Looks like this. And down. Oh my goodness, it's so much work pushing up and down. One more on this side. Up and down. So you saw that the hips stayed stacked. It's all an up and down. And we got to do the other side. So we'll build up to it with our little shoulder thing. So we're first taking it on the elbow. We've got that shoulder. We're just going to push the hips up and down. And as you probably guessed, the core is engaged, keeping the body stable. Just get the feel for it here. And then we're going to come into that full. So the hand can be turned. You're going to find what's comfortable for you. Some people like to turn it out with the mat, turn it in. Just find that position where you get a natural alignment with your body here. So feet are down below. We're going to come up, pushing the hips up toward the sky, and then coming back down. I like to exhale as I come up, inhale as I come down. 2 more. Hips up toward the sky, and down. Last one. Up, and down.